Okay, so after picking up the kids from school and running some errands and going to the grocery store, we are back at it again with cooking. With a little bit more sanity here, but anyway, it's going well. I don't know why I have this on. I have the griddle on and it doesn't need to be on. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now is we are going to make pan-fried soft shell crab. If you've never had it before, it is a delicacy. It's awesome. It is a staple in South Louisiana cuisine, and I actually had never eaten it until I moved to Houston in my 20s, and I had it at a true Mexican restaurant. But you can get it in South Louisiana a lot. I just didn't know what it was, but it's so, so good. It means that the shell has not formed and hardened on the crab, so you eat the entire thing. There's no picking or peeling or whatever, and I don't really particularly care for blue crabs because it's so much work for such a little bit of meat, but when you can eat the whole entire thing, it's all good. So I'm gonna show you how I fry soft shell crab, and we're gonna make a po' boy out of it, and it's amazing. So, all right, here we go. I start out with a little dish of all-purpose flour right here. Okay, so there's nothing in this yet. But what I want to tell you is you want to make sure that you season your flour. Don't just dredge your seafood in plain flour and then season afterwards, because it's going to taste very bland and then salty on the outside. You want to make sure your flavor is in the flour and in what you fry it in. So that's my tip number one. So I'm going to put some of this Paul Prudhomme's Seafood Magic in here. I'm gonna do a pretty heavy amount. That's probably like maybe 2 tablespoons of the Seafood Magic in here. And that's really all you need. I'm gonna just mix it with my fingers right like this. And I'm gonna put a little bit more actually. You can never get enough Seafood Magic in there. All right, and because I bought these crabs at my local seafood place. We live here in Tampa, Florida. We have access to all kinds of seafood here, living on the Gulf Coast and around the Atlantic. And so we get a lot of local caught, different varieties of fish and shellfish and whatnot. And so somebody caught these because in the coolness, like in springtime, it's the best time to have soft shell crab and like oysters and things like that. There's a season for them. You don't want to eat them out of the season when it's too hot, because then you run the risk of getting sick actually. So that's another step. So I have them in individual bags, and they have a little bit of water around, and so that'll stick to the flour. Unless you want to make a thicker batter, you can do like an egg. I wonder if I should do an egg, just to make sure it sticks better. I can't remember what I did the last time. But what I am gonna do is get my pan ready to pan fry. And I'm gonna do butter and olive oil together. Did you know that when you put butter and olive oil together in a pan, they help with no burning? So the two together keep them from burning, and it gives a really nice flavor to whatever you're pan frying it. Okay, so I just started out I put 1 egg in here, and I just beat it like you can make scrambled eggs. And now, since I have my butter is like almost melted in here, I'm gonna add some of my olive oil. And it might just be like 2 tablespoons. And I've got a half a stick of butter in here, y'all, which is probably a little bit too much. I should probably take some of that butter out of there, because you don't want to have too much. You know, I always think about this after the fact. Oh gosh. I'm gonna rinse off my fork. Catch him. There we go. All right, so now we cool. I'm gonna take my little crab here, He's so cute and whittle, as Malia would call it, whittle. And I'm gonna get some of this excess egg off. I'm gonna stick him in the flour. Oop. Okay, and I'm gonna coat him front and back and get his legs good and inside. And look, I don't want my butter to brown here. I got a claw that kind of fell off, so I'm gonna come catch the claw. And then I'm just gonna shake off. Make sure everything's covered here. I'm just gonna shake it off a little bit.
Shake it off.
That's right. And now I'm gonna lay him in that butter right there to cook. And then this random claw over here, I'm gonna put him in there too. All right. And I'm gonna let him cook, and then I'm gonna prepare this second crab over here. One thing you want to make sure is that you're not going to flip your crab too early, because you want it to get nice and golden brown on one side before you flip it to the other side. That is a big mistake a lot of people make in pan frying, is they flip it too early and you spend too much time flipping it back and forth, and then you lose some of the crust on what you're frying in the process. Okay, so now I got this one. I'm gonna pat him in all the flour. Like that. And then cover up all the edges here. Leave him right there, and I'm gonna get rid of my monster fingers over here at the sink. And now I'm ready to flip this guy over. He's gonna be amazing. Never had it. Alright, get this guy here, flip him over. He looks nice and brown. Got that side over there. Look at how good he looks. It doesn't take long, y'all. It doesn't take long for it to really fry up well and get nice and crispy. And get you a little paper plate and a little towel over here, and you'll be good to go. Turn my fire down a little bit. Got a little bit more to go, because you know he's going to keep cooking even after I put him on the plate and he's not in the skillet anymore. Seafood has a way of doing that. It'll still continue to cook on the inside even after it's done. It looks like we're almost out of battery, Malia.
Blinking.
I hope you enjoyed our video on soft shell crab today. If you enjoy our channel, please go ahead and like and subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We really enjoyed making this with you today and teaching you some of our South Louisiana treats. Have a blessed day.